Leaders who are more reflective and less reactive outperform their peers by 20% in revenue growth and 17% in profitability. So it makes sense to develop this important leadership skill for careful thinking. The pace of business today impacts our ability to think carefully and critically. And given the pace of things today, having that ability to think carefully, think critically is more crucial than ever, right? 77% of CEOs surveyed say that skill variability among leaders is the biggest threat to their business. So what if we all got better at careful thinking, at critical thinking, right? Why would we want to do that? Well, we could improve our decision making. It would enhance our problem-solving ability, and it would translate into more strategic thinking, right? Really carefully considering what we're going to do and why we're going to do it. So how do you develop this capacity for careful thinking? Well, first is, and this is something that a lot of leaders have a hard time with, is actually creating space and time for reflection. And the reason why I say it's difficult is because a lot of folks don't want to be seen not doing something. I used to coach leaders who they had windows in their office and they didn't want anybody to walk by and have it look like they weren't doing something. So they're always trying to look busy. Create space and time for reflection, for you to just think about things and work yourself through your challenges and your problems to come up with really the best answer, right? The optimal answer, not just the obvious answer. So create that space and time. Secondly, let's ask better questions, right? That the better questions that we ask help us to think more carefully and more critically. So if we get better at asking really good questions, that translates into and contributes to more careful thinking. And then lastly, engage in continuous learning, right? What are you reading right now? What are you listening to? What are you watching? What are you consuming that helps you to stay on a path of continuous learning, continuous development, continuous improvement? Those are 3 ways to help you develop more careful thinking. And the better you get at thinking things through carefully, the more you're going to distinguish yourself against your peers, right? You're going to be able to outperform folks. So it's giving you a competitive advantage to get better at thinking carefully. And thinking carefully is a foundational skill of ultra leadership. So if you want to be an ultra leader, you got to get better at careful thinking. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Help us grow our community. Let's all get better together.